In the quiet Bavarian village of Altenwald, Christmas was more than a time of joy. It was a time of fear. Every child knew the tale of Krampus, the horned demon who came on Krampusnacht, the night before Christmas Eve, to punish the wicked. It was a story meant to keep children in line. A story no one thought could ever be real. This is the story of Anna and Lukas Engel, two siblings who learned the hard way that legends don't always stay in the past. Anna, 14 years old, was brave and headstrong. She scoffed at the old tales, dismissing them as nonsense. Her younger brother Lukas, on the other hand, was timid, clinging to every word about Krampus. One snowy December evening, the two sat near the fire in their small home. Lukas couldn't shake the unease that crept over him. "Lukas, do you think Krampus is real?" "Anna, of course not, Lukas. He's just a story to scare little kids. Stop worrying." But Lukas wasn't convinced. Stories about a girl from the village, Greta Muller, who disappeared last Christmas, lingered in his mind. The adults whispered about her fate, but the children were sure. They knew who had taken her. That night, as the snow fell heavily outside, Lukas couldn't sleep. He sat by the window, staring into the dark forest that bordered the village. At first there was nothing, just the wind and the trees swaying in the shadows. And then, he heard it. The sound of bells. Not cheerful sleigh bells, no. These were heavy and hollow, like chains rattling through the snow. Lukas, Anna, listen, Anna, go back to bed, Lukas." But then she heard it too. The faint jingling of iron chains and the crunch of footsteps. Slow, heavy, coming closer. "Anna, it's just a dog." "Lukas, dogs don't wear chains." Before Anna could reply, the footsteps stopped, right outside their window. And then, the window fogged, as though something, or someone, had exhaled against it. They ran downstairs to their father, who was still awake, sipping mulled wine by the fire. "Lukas, Papa, he's here." "Father, nonsense. There's no Krampus. I'll prove it." Despite their protests, he grabbed a lantern and stepped out into the snow. The children watched, trembling, from the window. At first, there was only silence, and then the bells rang again. Out of the forest, a shadow emerged, massive, hulking. Two twisted horns rose from its head, and chains dragged behind it as it moved. Its eyes burned red in the darkness. "Anna, Papa." But their father barely had time to turn. The creature lunged, grabbing him with a clawed hand. The lantern fell to the snow, its light extinguished. And then, he was gone. Anna didn't waste a second. "Anna, we're going to the church," she told Lukas, pulling him by the hand. They ran through the snow, the village eerily silent, as if the world itself held its breath. Behind them, the bells rang louder, closer. The growls of Krampus echoed through the air. They burst into the church, slamming the door behind them. The cold stone walls offered little comfort. "Lukas, will he come in here?" Anna didn't answer. She didn't know. And then, the door creaked open. Krampus entered, his horns scraping the doorway. He moved slowly, savoring the fear in the room. "Anna, leave my brother alone." The creature tilted its head as if amused. It raised a clawed hand. And then the church bells rang. The sound was deafening, holy, cutting through the air like a blade. Krampus let out an unearthly roar, clutching his head. The children watched as his massive form flickered, like a shadow in the wind. With one final agonized cry, Krampus disappeared, leaving only scorch marks on the stone floor. The villagers found Anna and Lukas the next morning, huddled together by the altar. Their father was never seen again, and neither was Krampus. But the children never forgot the sound of those bells. Every Christmas after, Anna would light a candle in her window and whisper a prayer. Because she knew. The legend of Krampus wasn't just a story, and she didn't want to risk him coming back. Happy Krampusnacht, and beware.